Okay, here we are. So I took out some of the detritus we don't need anymore. You may have noticed something in that board you were looking at. 24, 24, 24, 24, 24. There are 5 24s. 6, 6, 6, 6. There are 4 6s. 2, 2, 2. There are 3 2s. 1, 1. There are 2 1s. 1 and 1 is boring. Well, it serves a purpose, but it's just really there for a placeholder right now. So, in other words, if you think back to when you were tiny and you learned your first bit of mathematics, maybe when you were in 2nd or 3rd or 4th grade, you probably got tired of writing things like this. So your math teacher, whatever, 3rd, 4th grade, probably taught you multiplication because you get tired of adding things. So a more efficient way of writing 24 plus 24 plus 24 plus 24 plus 24 is 5 times 24, which still equals 120, of course, but this is more efficient. And also what's kind of cool about that is you can see the fact that this 5 is right here, and this 24 is the number that's back there. So you see automatically the relationship between both of these numbers and how they tie to the chart. And what's cool is you can go back and you can figure out 24 is, yeah, it's 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6, but it's also 4 times 6. So once again, the 4 is the first number in the multiplication. That's a times, by the way. And the 6 is the previous number of ways to deal the deck out. And it keeps going backwards, which is really cool. 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 3 times 2. 3 times 2. And even this one, it's 2 times 1. Not that we needed that, because I should put that backwards. Here. 2 times 1. Let's keep it consistent. Not that we need 2 times 1 to figure out 2, but it's nice that it follows the same pattern. This one is the beginning of the pattern, so there's no previous one to look back to, but that's okay. Again, it's a placeholder. We'll see how it's useful in a second. What I want you to do right now is I want you to hit pause. And I want you to try to use this to figure out how many ways to deal out 6 or 7 or 8 cards. Okay? Try to figure out 6, 7, or 8. Or 6, 7, and 8. So hit pause, give it a shot. Ooh, I can see my shadow. Welcome to the next 10 weeks. Okay, so you've given it a shot, and hopefully you can see that the pattern is pretty straightforward. We take the number of cards we currently have, that becomes the first number in the product, and then we multiply it by the previous result. In this case, it's 6 times 120, which is going to be 720 ways to deal out 6 cards. These numbers are getting big pretty fast. They're getting big pretty fast here. So 6 times 120. 6 comes from the number of cards, and 120 comes from the number of ways to deal out 1 less than that number of cards, using the same logic that we looked at before. 7 is going to be similar. It's going to be 7 times 720, which, let's see, it's going to end with a 40, carry the 1, 5,040, if I did that right in my head. Hopefully I did. These numbers are getting really big. And last but not least, 8. So we're going to start with that 8, and we're going to multiply it by the previous number, which is 5,040. And then 8 times 40 is 320. 8 times 5,000 is 40,000. 40,320. These numbers are getting really big. We're going to need calculators soon to figure them out, I think, which is totally fine. Okay, and that's awesome. Because now I think we may have solved our problem. Maybe. This whole thing, if you remember, started with a question. If you have an entire deck of 52 poker playing cards and you shuffle them, that was terrible. You shuffle them, and then you deal the entire deck out, which is what the original question was about. It was about how many ways can this entire deck be ordered? I bet it's the first time this deck has ever been in this order right here. There, right there. That order right there, that 52 card order. That's the only time it's ever been in this order right here that you're looking at. We have to get some kind of an idea of how many ways that can happen. So I think we know it now. I think we can jump right to 52. So what I want you to do is I want you to think about this between now and the beginning of the next video. I want you to think about what it would look like to jump to 52 and then use our mathematics and figure out how many ways to deal out 52 cards. See you in the next video.